Hey, it's your girl Sansaray, and I'm here to talk about something that's extremely disturbing. It's a shame I have to explain this to another African American woman. I feel like me being a black woman, other black women should feel the same about this specific situation. But you know what? We all don't come from the same place. We aren't raised the same way. A young lady sent me a message today on Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. She says, "Hello, my name is Victory, and I am a young 23-year-old black lesbian woman who was born in Rwanda and who has been in the U.S. since I was 14. Therefore, I consider myself an African American woman. I was recently pointed towards Mr. Tommy Sotomayor's videos by a friend, and then saw a video you made calling all of his black female supporters stupid bitches. I watched your whole video, so I will try to speak about your words in the context in which you delivered them. Firstly, I would like to express my understanding of what Mr. Sotomayor's point of view is, in my opinion. I believe he speaks about the problems that plague the black community, such as single motherhood, unwed mothers and fathers, the representation of black mothers in media, and the abuse of child support laws in our country, as well as the legal ability of women to use their reproductive rights to manipulate the system and gain monetary wealth from men. His delivery may be insulting to some women, but is his message detrimental or helpful to our community?" Everybody knows that I feel like it's detrimental to the community. It's not helping black women to want to change. All it's doing is offending black women, and regardless to how many points this man makes, his delivery is just shot. Okay, anyway, so back to what she says. "Why are black women so focused on his representation and ignoring his message? How is his message for black men to rally together in finding legal ways to claim their reproductive and parental rights wrong? And why is pointing out the shortcomings of black mothers so offensive? Most importantly, how do you get to call his female followers stupid bitches if you take offense in him calling some black women whores and hair-hatted hooligans?" Okay, let me go ahead and answer this. Of course, it saddens me to have to explain something this simple, because it's pretty obvious to me. But everybody doesn't come from the same place I come from. This woman is 23, I'm 34. Of course, I view this completely different than she does. We come from two different time and space realities. So, first question, why are black women so focused on his presentation and ignoring the message? Number one, presentation is everything, okay? Presentation is how you present yourself to the world. He is displaying a lot of ignorance when he's degrading black women when he himself is a black man. If anything, he should be in our defense that we weren't provided the same opportunities as women of other races. I wouldn't take pride in directing someone to his channel, forwarding them to his message. You all say his points are valid, and I get that. I don't support him, so I don't watch his channel. The only reason why I don't support him is because of what he did to me personally. Now, if he never would have attacked me as a human being, then I probably wouldn't feel some kind of way. But he used me as an example, as if I was any of the things that he says a lot of these other women are. Like, I don't have several baby daddies. I'm not walking around putting any man on child support. I have my own job, my own money, my own situation. I'm doing everything independently, and I'm a wonderful woman, a very intelligent woman, and a smart one. So, why he choose to try to belittle me, even when I use my YouTube channel to promote some kind of positive message, or to make people laugh, or to help people out with relationships and sex and love, why he chose to pick me, I don't know. I think it's his own personal feelings towards me about something that personally happened between me and him. It has nothing to do with me being a black woman per se. I guess I'm assuming. Okay, I'm just going to assume, because he could come up with 1,000 reasons to make you all believe why he's having a problem with me. But what I believe it is has something to do with something that stemmed from a conversation that me and him had on Facebook, because he had been trying to get at me on a personal romantic level, and I wasn't answering any of his Facebook messages. And then he came and asked me to come onto his show because I had just wrote a book about relationships. And then it stemmed from there, and he just did some undermined shit after that to fuck the whole situation up. But I'm not a bad person, and I've tried to apologize to this man before, just to smooth it out, just so one of us can be the bigger person, and he didn't want to do that. So There's nothing more I can do about that. Why should we as black women, have to look beyond the delivery of his message. How you deliver a message is like 80 to 85% of the message itself. If you were going to church and you was going to see a pastor and you wanted to hear a word of God, you want him to present himself as such. That's like the president of the United States doing a state of address, cussing and calling people out their name and speaking all derogatory and everything. Wouldn't that seem a little strange? His delivery would throw you off a little bit. There's a time and place for everything. And I have a video that I made about the code of conduct. There's a certain way you do things, a certain way you handle situations, a certain way you speak. And that's my problem with his delivery. His delivery is a problem. If he truly wanted to help out the community, he would have a more constructive message. See, it's easy to be ignorant, but it takes a lot of intelligence, a lot of time to construct a positive message that's appropriate. When you construct something, you take the time to give it a proper delivery. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, if you know how to handle business, if you know how to get things done, you know there's a proper way to do things. There's a proper way to speak to people. It's a proper way to show your prestige, and he does not do that as an African American man. And I'm not calling this man a dumbass. You know, he's probably intellectual. He just doesn't show that often. And if he would show that more often when he would be talking about the African American women, then I might feel differently about him. But I currently do not. I can't. I'm sorry. I just don't. Second question, how is his message for black men to rally together, finding legal ways to claim their reproductive and parental rights wrong? That is not wrong at all. That is actually a good idea to me. I don't feel like that is a wrong thing. If a woman has to force a man to put money into his child, that money is not even worth having. I feel like women are responsible for the men that they choose to have a baby with. If you don't want to have a baby by a deadbeat, you need to find the right man to have a child by. A man who wants to be a father will be a father regardless to whether he is feeling you or not, period. What he's doing when he's talking about rallying, I guess, or getting men to come together to fight for their rights, that's not a negative thing. I don't feel negatively about that specific thing that he's doing. What I feel negative about is how he's degrading black women. You could be pro something, you could be pro black man and not be against black women. He is pro black man against black women. That's crazy to me. Like, I pro black woman, pro black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to lack in one area to be strong in another. I don't have to downgrade the black man in order for me to upgrade a black woman. Another question, why is pointing out the shortcomings of black mothers so offensive? Him pointing out the shortcomings of black mothers is not what's offensive. It's the generalizations of black women that's offensive to me, because there's some good black mothers out there. You know, it's some good things. It's some good black women out there who are doing the damn thing and holding it down. So, you know, I feel some kind of way. I don't want, you know, anybody walking around thinking because I'm black, simply because I'm black, I'm a bad mother. So when people ask, well, if it doesn't apply to you, if you're not a black mother, then why are you offended? Because the generalization has people thinking that all black women are like this. If he spoke positively about good black mothers sometimes, then the balance would be there and I wouldn't feel some type of way. But the problem is there's no balance there. What he's doing is focusing on the shortcomings of bad black mothers. There are good black mothers. I am a good black mother. And just because what he has to say about black mothers doesn't apply to me doesn't mean that it isn't indirectly affecting me as a black mother. Most importantly, how do you get to call his female followers stupid bitches if you take offense at him calling some black women whores and hair-headed hooligans? I didn't call his female fan base stupid bitches. What happened was, inside of the video, Bigotry Free TV was apologizing for calling the female fan base of his stupid bitches. I never called them that. But I do think that she shouldn't apologize for calling women who follow him that. Because I don't have respect for any woman who feels like it's okay for a black man, or any man for that matter, to degrade women of color. You know why? Because I'm a woman of color. I am a woman. I can relate to another woman of color. I wouldn't want a man disrespecting another woman of color. I wouldn't want a man disrespecting another woman of color because I am a woman of color. Period. I can relate to another black woman. I wouldn't want a black man calling me that. I wouldn't want a black man disrespecting me. So why would I want a black man disrespecting another woman of color? Period. It's just one of those things. You know, I think a lot of females feel like, well, he ain't talking about me. No, that's the problem now. That's the problem now, because a lot of females don't want to stand up and say, hey, you're not about to call any of us that. And if we would come together as a community and say, yo, this is not going to happen inside of our community, and we did it as a team and worked together, our community would probably be doing better. But here we are, black man Tommy Sotomayor against black woman Sansa Ray Smith, and here we are fighting back and forth, and the only person that's sitting up here saying, look, let's have peace, is the black woman. But nobody sees that. Nobody sees me trying to make peace with this man. All they see is this man trying to make it seem like he's some kind of victim or something, because that's what he always does. He always does that. He wants everybody to believe that black women are picking on him and picking on black men and doing all these negative things to black men, when there's some good women out there. I am a good woman. I took the time out to hit him up and say, listen, let's sit down and talk this through. We both leaders of the community. Let's just do this. Let's just fix it and do what we need to do together and work together. Did he want to do that? No. I said before, my videos about Tommy Sotomayor are going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming because he has videos up about me. So I'm going to keep making the videos until I come across the way I need to come across. I want people to understand me as a human being. I want people to understand that it is not okay that he is doing these generalizations. It is not okay that this man is going around saying these things, saying this is how black women are. He's just as bad as the people in media making black women out to be a certain way. He's adding on to it. Now, if he balanced out what he's saying, then I could respect that, but he's not doing it. And then he chose me. He tried to use me as an example. Oh yeah, he tried to use me like I'm a bad black woman. Oh yeah, that's a problem for me, because I know me, and I know me well, and I know how good of a person I am. I know how good of a mother I am. I know how good of a career woman I am. I know what I do with my life on a day-to-day basis. I know how good of a friend I am. So of course I'm going to sit here and defend my right as a black woman. I don't care who is saying something negative. He could be a white man saying some stuff like this about me, and of course I'm going to defend myself, because the only person that can defend me and defend me well is me. Now, it's other black women out there that's looking at what he's doing to me and feeling some kind of way about it, and they might not have the power or the resources to do what I do, or to step up and say what I feel and what I think. But I'm going to do that because I have the resources and the power to do it, and I feel like any woman who has the resources and the power to stand up for herself needs to do it, period. You don't need to be letting these men walk all over you, say what they want to say, do whatever. You fight just as hard for what you believe in as any other person fights for what they believe in. So just how Tommy Sotomayor has the right to fight and say all these things and do all these things and fight for men and rally up guys so they can get legal rights and parental rights for their kids, I have the right to sit up here and say, listen, don't be generalizing black women, because I'm a good black woman and I know it. And as far as I'm concerned, until I see him doing more positive videos about black women, I'm going to keep saying black women are not like this. This is black, educated, smart, intellectual women out there who are financially stable, who aren't using men for their money, who have genuinely good hearts and take care of their kids. And I happen to be one of those women. That's how the cookie crumbles. You know what I'm talking about?